Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Ark Survival Evolved. Today in this video, folks, I'm going to be showing you how to tame the Allosaurus. So if you guys enjoy this video, please do not forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and guides to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Now, let's get into the process of taming a Allosaurus. Now, the problem with taming a Allosaurus is that they tend to travel in packs. They also apply bleed, which slows you down and is damage over time. Over there, as you can see, there is a high-level Allosaurus. I want to tame it, but it is part of a pack. As long as it is part of a pack, it has that aura above it, and so therefore it is the alpha. Now, there is a tad problem with that because I cannot aggro that without aggroing the pack, so there are one or two things I can do. First one is to kill off the ones that I don't want, or I can try and kite all of them in a trap. For this, the Allosaurus likes the superior kibble, and you will need a saddle to ride it, so you can craft that at level 67. Here are the items that you'll require to craft the saddle. So definitely one of the more interesting creatures in game to get. So I'm just gonna put these away. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you the trap that I like to use for bulk trapping the Allosauruses. Now this trap works with regards to trapping at least 2 of them. And if you have 3, there is a chance that one of them will get pushed through the trap. It's just one of those little bugs. Nonetheless, having 2 of them stopped in the trap is still better than nothing. It depends what you get stopped in the trap, as you can kill off the ones that you don't want, and you can actually separate them. Now, 9 times out of 10, what will happen is the alpha Allosaurus will remain in there and another one will get popped out, so I can just kill it to my liking. Now we're going to start off with a set of 3 foundations, then we are going to go with a set of 4 foundations. The reason for this is the Allosaurus does have a bit of a trot and it can overjump the 3 foundations, so you cannot build a 3x3. We're going to kite it from the longest point of the trap, as by the time it reaches the 4th foundation, it will have landed back on the foundation, therefore it does not overjump the trap. So once you've set your 3x4 foundations, you're going to use 2 rows of door frames to lock in the Allosaurus. And you want to go 2 tall, because if you go 1 tall, the Allosaurus can glitch through the door frames. So we're going to use the simple door frames, and there's no point in making the trap any larger, as if the Allosauruses or the pack of Allosaurus is aggroed onto you, there still is a chance that 2 of them will end up pushing the 3rd one out. It's all a matter of which one the 3rd one is. If the 3rd one that gets pushed out is the alpha one, then we can kite that one away, then return to the trap and kill off the ones inside and re-kite the alpha in there. Very important is that you want to kite in the Allosauruses from the length of the trap, so not the width, because if you kite it from the side with the 3 foundations, it will overjump the trap. If you kite it from the side with the 4 foundations, it will end up landing in the trap. Very, very important little detail right here. Obviously, as this is kind of a tall structure, we will also have to use ramps to get them to kind of fall in, so it is a pitfall trap. Obviously, for this you will want to find a fairly flat area or use pillars to create your trap. Now that we've got more door frames, I'll just place these off, then we'll do the ramps. And for the purposes of this, I will not be using the wyvern. So if you have a pet such as me, such as the wyvern, you can use the wyvern to kite it in. I strongly recommend not doing it because it will take a lot of bleed damage and it hurts. So there is a way of doing it, and I'm going to show you that as well. What I will do though is I will place my wyvern, and I suggest you do the same thing with your pet, preferably using a flyer just in case. It does help you get away from stuff if things go wrong. So I'll place my wyvern right here at this end. This is the exit for me at least. And then I'm going to go around the trap and walk up the ramp right to the edge. And from here I will try and hit at least one Allosaurus. I am using darts. And so I'm going to try and time it so I don't waste my darts. Okay, that's probably a waste. There we go. That's a hit. So once you aggro one Allosaurus, the whole pack will be coming towards you. Because they are far away, they will line up with me as they will go in a straight line. Once they get close, I will just jump inside the trap through the door frames and to my wyvern, quickly mount it. As you can see, two of them are already in. Watch what happens when the third one comes in. It got pushed out. Now, this one happens to be a weak Allosaurus. I don't want it. I want high level ones, as they are really good, especially when bred, and that bleed is amazing. Now, for purposes of this video, my wyvern is set to God, and I think it has infinite stats, so it does not take damage, and I don't lose my wyvern. Once the Allosauruses are in, it's up to you what you want to do. You can either knock both of them out and then kill the weaker one, or you can try and kill off the weaker one so that you only have one Allosaurus in the trap. Now, I do realize it does look a bit derpy and like it's about to glitch out, but it seems to be alright. If you're using a tech rifle, do bear in mind that the bullet, so to speak, for the tech rifle does have a bit of splash damage, so you want to be careful not to kill the Allosaurus that you're trying to tame. Once you have one Allosaurus in there, you can start taming it, and if you're going to use a kibble, you don't necessarily need any narcotics, as even on simple one-time taming, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Allosaurus should tame before it loses its torpor. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but that should work even with servers that have one-time taming speed. Also, I suggest that you use Dodo decks so that you starve the Allosaurus. Dodo decks will help you by telling you for how long you need to starve the Allosaurus by introducing the server information and the creature information, and with that it will tell you how long you need to starve it for, how long it will take to tame, and how much kibble it will need. The Dodo Dex app is available both for Android and iOS devices, and apart from that, it does also help with breeding with regards to telling you what stats. It even tell you if the stats on the creature you are trying to tame, or if the creature you are trying to tame has any overpowered or really good stats, or if it has really bad stats. Definitely an app worth looking at. In terms of knocking out, it does require quite a few darts. I believe it's somewhere around 60-70 darts or something like that. This is of course a normal long neck rifle, so do prepare for that, and just in case, I would also bring some narcotics. Obviously, if you're going to be using meats such as prime meat or other sorts of meat, you may want to have some narcotics with you, as it will tame slower than with the kibble, even with prime meat and the mutton, so do keep that in mind. Also, there's currently a bit of a glitch in the game where you shoot and hit the creature with the dart. It does make contact with the creature, but it does not apply damage, therefore it does not apply torpor, just as you saw there. So it did hit the creature, but no numbers came up, therefore it did not take damage, and so therefore no torpor was applied. So you will want to bring some extra darts just in case. Also, keep an eye for what is around your environment. Allosauruses do tend to spawn in fairly dangerous locations, and so you don't want anything sneaking up on you or on your tame. Normally, Allosauruses aren't necessarily attacked by other hostile carnivores, but you never know, and you don't want to lose your tame, especially if you are taming it. Especially if it's a high level tame and if you've already started to invest kibble in it. That's definitely not a nice thing. I mean, it does happen in the game, but sometimes you can avoid it by just not putting anything in it and waiting for it to be starved out to the point where it will instantly tame. The Allosaurus does take a while to tame in terms of starving, and it is quite a useful creature, as in the pack it does have the aura, it will get the alpha aura, and it does also apply bleed. You can breed these guys for stats, and they can be quite ferocious as well as the bleed damage. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, things have changed in the game since the very beginning of it, and the bleed does apply a percentage damage, so it can do quite a bit of a nasty damage. Definitely worth having. They look cool as well. So I'm not going to cut this because I want to show you guys how many darts I went through to take down this particular Allosaurus. Do bear in mind it's not a perfect 150. It is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, a 145. But even so, it does take a fair handful. Now my long neck rifle is simple. It's not ascended or anything, and that's because I want to show you a realistic number for the amount of darts. So at this point in time, the Allosaurus should have a high torpor, and so therefore it should want to run away, which means I can technically go inside the trap and not fear it biting me. As you can see, it's just running around in circles, and if I get close to it, it is running away from me. Therefore, that is a good indicator that the Allosaurus's torpor is quite high. At this point, if it did not have a high torpor, it would try and bite at me. It's not, and that's a good indicator. Also, in the past, there used to be a mechanic where if you hit the Allosaurus, and a lot of creatures, in the head with a dart or with weapons, that creature would have taken double damage, and so therefore it would have had double torpor. But that mechanic seems to have been removed, which kind of sucks. I kind of liked it, and it made plenty of sense. So as you can see, I'm in the trap. It's not wanting to do anything, and obviously that was the last dart. Once you have it down, what my suggestion is, remove the ramps, because you don't want anything else getting in the trap with the Allosaurus. Alternately, if you want, you can shrink the size of the trap. So you can, say, place a smaller square with the door frames up to keep the trap smaller if you want to. I do suggest that you destroy the trap if you don't intend to reuse it, as of course you will get back half of your materials that you have used to craft the items that you place down. Now, what I'm trying to show you here is that one kibble that it has eaten, this is how much taming it has gotten from it. So you can probably half that, because I do have 2 times the taming. And as you can see, it does get quite a lot of taming from just one kibble. Therefore, you can do this without the use of narcotics if you're using kibble. Once the creature has been tamed, remember to remove the kibble, as it will continue to eat it. So that is pretty much it for this particular creature, folks. It just has one simple attack, but that attack does apply bleed, and they are very, very scary in a pack. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do not forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.